Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing well. I hope you enjoyed the last one. In fact, you must have, because you've come back. Good news. Congratulations and welcome aboard. Now, this video's a bit of a rant. And within it, it's something that, well, I never thought would actually happen. I never thought in real life that this would actually happen. So, I'll start at the beginning. Story time with Will. So, it's about one of the cars. So, I've got a text inquiry for the Fiesta. Text through, and a little bit of chitty chat, just standard stuff. Anyway, if I'm honest, I got a bit bored of texting, so I thought, right, I'll just ring. So I rang the guy. He was quite difficult to understand, or for us to communicate, but we got there anyway. So he was asking quite detailed questions, actually. And with it being a Ford Fiesta, with it being a 2014 plate, with it being a 1 litre, the next question I think you'll probably be able to guess what he asked. Is it an EcoBoost? Well, the honest answer to that question is no. But I couldn't just say no, because that would be slightly misleading. So it isn't an EcoBoost, but it does have a wet belt. And most people, when asking that question, they ask if it's an EcoBoost, but the question they really want to ask, or they should be asking, is it a wet belt? Because there's different ones. So the reason it's not an EcoBoost is it's not the turbo one. So it's the 1 litre Z-Tech. It is a wet belt, but without the turbo. So really, when they say is it an EcoBoost, my answer probably should have been yes. Well, no, it shouldn't. It should have been no, but do you know what I'm saying? So I clarified it for him with the lack of, with the hard communication barrier. It's a wet belt. So he started asking more questions, absolutely fine. But I said to him, look, I've got an invoice here for the wet belt being done. All right, it was done in 2022, so just over 2 years ago, about 15,000 miles ago, and it was just over 1,300 quid. So it should be fine. Any car can go wrong. I mean, obviously there's been this EcoBoost wet belt stuff is so much over the news that everyone's just scared stiff of it. It's probably, I think, why I've still got this car 3 weeks in. Anyway, he comes to look absolutely fine. So it comes to look, he rocks up. He's only wearing a bloody backpack again. If anyone comes to look at a car wearing a backpack, tell them to go away. Go away. I'm done. I'm done with backpacks. Anyone who comes with a backpack is an absolute time waster. Every single time. Disclaimer, no offence against anybody that has backpacks or likes using backpacks, but I'll carry on anyway. Don't let him in. So he rocks up. Again, very similar, if I'm honest, to the guy with the Punto, if you remember, where he's checking all the radio stations. Very, very similar kind of mindset to that guy. So he literally does kick the tyres, literally. Also, I think I've only ever had this happen once. He actually checks the spare tyre for tread as well. It's very odd. It's very odd. I think it's odd anyway, but that's just me. Starts looking in finite detail around everything. Even the chairs, the front 2 seats, he got in both of them and moved them forward and backwards, which again, I don't know, maybe you should check that. It's odd, I've never seen it before. Yeah, he was checking the radio stations, come to think of it. Literally checking everything. So on this car, I've just put a new back box on it. And it's a little bit, it wasn't the most expensive back box, so it's a little raspy. Probably sounds a little sporty. It's probably just because it's a cheap back box. So he says, oh, what's that? I explained, showed him the old back box that's still out there in a box, for clarity and da-da-da-da. Anyway, we go for a drive. He really likes the car. In fact, I'll go as far as saying he loves the car. He commented how nice a drive it is. And that is a thing, actually. Let's be honest, it's my opinion anyway, that the Fiesta, whether it's wet belt, non-wet belt, that probably is the best driving small car. In my opinion, it's a small car that drives like a big car. and they just ride so well. Everyone I've had have all been really smooth and good runners and comfortable, because I think it's like a big car in a small car's body. Anyway, so ran really well. He really liked it. So we come back here, and as normal, I'd leave him on the drive. This car's got 2 keys, so I'll keep the key, but I'll give him a key to have a look round and in peace. While we're on the test drive, he'd mentioned that his friend's a mechanic and all this kind of stuff. So I was like, yeah, fine, give him a call, whatever. So I'm sat in here, but I can see him, and he's on his phone, not ringing, texting. So I thought he must be texting his mate, the mechanic. Or maybe he's doing some checks, HBI check or whatever. Even though I've got one there, it's clear, I showed him. But anyway, but no, he wasn't. Because I went over to him and said, look, if you're checking some stuff on the apps, I said, use vehicle score, that's a good one. This car's scored at 738, I think it is. So it's a good score. And then the other one I use is Vehicle Smart for the MOT checker, because it's just like it red, amber, greens. It's brilliant, really good, really clear and easy to understand. And because of the communication barrier between us, I thought a visual of green MOTs or whatever would be easier for him to decipher. But no, he wasn't looking at any of that stuff. He was looking at WeBuyAnyCar.com valuation. So I didn't see that at the point, but I'd come back, left him to it, come back. And then when he comes back in, he says, your car's overpriced. I was like, is it now? And by the way, this car is not overpriced. If anything, it's too cheap, right? I'll let you decide. I think 90% of people watching this will say I've priced this car too cheap. It's on for $3,495. It's got a full MOT, year's MOT. It's free road tax. It's a 2014. It's done 79,000 miles or just over. 5-door Ford Fiesta. That is not overpriced. Auto Trader, from a dealer perspective, it's valued at $4,250. Yeah, so I'm not I've not a forecourt. Obviously, I deal in cars, but I'm not in a forecourt. So people coming here to buy if you drive don't expect to pay the same prices, and I don't blame them either. You can have the same experience. I try to make it as good as I can with all my memorabilia and the knowledge that I have, etc. But still, it's not a forecourt, so people do expect to pay a bit less. So I've put this on at $3,495. So nearly, £800 under retail? That's a good price. I think it is. Anyway, he comes into the garage. It's overpriced. I said, how would you mean it's overpriced? How'd you work that out? Because WeBuyAnyCar.com value it at $2,400. So I was like, do they? $2,400? He's like, yep. So that's how much it should be. I went, right, okay. Tell you what, and at this point, I probably regret it, but I was slightly arsey. The mean side of me come out, and I try and keep that inwardly more often than not. So I said to him, go buy one from there then. He's like, what? It's like, go to WeBuyAnyCar.com and buy one for $2,400. Oh, sorry. You can't, can you? Because they don't sell them. Their stock goes straight to BCA. And then you'll be paying more than $2,400 to BCA anyway. Because, by the way, I did. He's like, I was like, go on, go buy one, go get one from. Honestly, I saw my ass, and then I backed off a little bit because I thought there's no point being a dick. I was like, tell you what, mate, the price is the price. Yeah, if you don't want it, that's absolutely fine. There's a buyer out there for it. So if you're not that person, that's great, that's fine. I've not got a problem. I don't really care whether you buy the car or not. Honestly, I don't. I'd like it to be sold. But I'm not selling it for $2,400. You're having a laugh. And he's like, right. Anyway, so I left him for a little bit longer. He was pondering. He was on his phone again. And in the end, I thought, do you know what? I need to get rid of this guy. I need him to give him... He left his bag in here. So I need to give him his backpack, yeah, and tell him to pack off. So I said, here, mate, you've left... I'm shutting up now anyway. So you've left your rucksack. So... not to put any pressure on you of time, I've got places to be, so are you interested or not? He's like, I'm interested, but not at that price. Right, you're not interested in, mate. But listen, thanks for your time. Nice to meet you. See you later. And come back in here and shut up. And I thought, was I, that's how it happened. Tell me if I was too arsey in the comments. I just had enough of him, if I'm honest. I'd rather not sell it to him, because the other thing is, I'm going to get issues from him. Just how he was. We didn't really click too well. Exactly the same as the guy that had the Punto. Exactly the same. And I didn't sell that to him either, and I was glad about that as well. So, is what it is, I guess. But I just thought it was really funny, because I never thought that would actually happen in real life. Someone come and say the car's overpriced because of the value of WeBuyAnyCar.com. I was like, wow. Some people don't have a clue, do they, about how it all works. So if you can go get one, if you can get one of these, the same spec, the same mileage, the same age, all that, for 2.4, then go buy 10 of them for me, because I'll have them all. Anyway, thought it was worth a little video. Bit of a rant. Apologies for the rant, but I think you do enjoy these customer ones where they're, shocking, really, aren't they? They're shocking, some people. But hey-ho. Hope you've enjoyed this one. The next video will be, I think it should be, either a conclusion of the auction car challenge or Dan's A2 review. It'll probably be one of them two next. So, listen, if you've liked this video, if you've liked the previous videos because you've come back, please give us a like, a subscribe. They have gone up slowly from the last video, so, a few more subscribers would always be welcome. Keep them coming. Get the comments in below, because it helps the algorithm. And, keep smiling. See you on the next one. Goodbye.